Good morning to all my dear friend and my students also. Today I have told you as friend. Do you know why? When son is equal to his father, the son becomes father's friends. In the same way, when a student becomes unequal to his teacher, teacher may also call him friend, so that we can say anyone friend if he or she is equal to us. In the previous class we discussed about the fourth chapter, the enemy. In that chapter we discussed who was Dr. Sadao Hockey, where did he live, in which country he lived, what kind of doctor he became, what was the chief concern of his father for Dr. Sadao, in which age Dr. Sadao went to America to get education in surgery and medicine, who met him in America, with whom he started love, which professor's house he went to take tuition, and where did he meet a girl whose name was Hannah. Later on, he married with that girl. And Sadao's father was a very patriotic man. He wanted to see his son's wife must be Japanese, and after getting all informations about Hana, Dr. Sadao's father married both of them. Now see the next paragraph. Clouds were rising from the ocean now. The unexpected warmth of the past few days had at night drawn heavy fog from the cold waves. Sadao watched mists hide outlines of a little island near the shore and then come creeping up the beach below the house. Writhing around the pines, in a few minutes, fog would be wrapped about the house too. Then he would go into the room where Hannah, his wife, would be waiting for him with the two children. In this paragraph, we see the writer describes the scene outside Dr. Sadao's house. As the days were unusually warm and the sea waves were cold, the nights became foggy. Dr. Sadao saw the boundary of a nearby island became invisible gradually as it got covered in the mist. Slowly the mist was coming closer to him. Soon there would be mist all around his house. At that time, he would go back into the house to his wife Hannah, who was waiting for him along with two children. We know that Dr. Sadao had two children. But at this moment the door opened and she looked out a dark blue woolen haroi over her kimono. She came to him over her she came to him affectionately and put her arm through his as he stood, smiled and said nothing. He had met Hannah in America, but he had waited to fall in love with her until he was sure she was Japanese. His father would never have received her unless she had been pure in her race. He wondered often whom he would have married if he had not met Hannah, and by what luck he had found her in the most casual way, by chance, literally at an American. Professor's house. In the previous class, we discussed it also. The professor and his wife had been kind people anxious to do something for their few foreign students. And the students, though bold, had accepted this kindness. Sadao had often told Hannah how nearly he had not gone to Professor Harley's house. In the previous class, we discussed the professor. The name of professor was Harley, where Dr. Sadao went to take tuition. At professor's house that night, the rooms were so small, the food so bad, the professor's wife so voluble. Voluble means talkative. But he had gone and there he had found Hannah, a new student, and had felt he would love her if it were at all possible. In the previous class, we discussed this paragraph. Now, see the next paragraph. Now he felt her hand on his arm and was aware of the pleasure it gave him. Even though they had been married years enough to have the two children, for they had not married heedlessly in America, they had finished their work at school and had come home to Japan, and when his father had seen her, the marriage had been arranged in the old Japanese way. Although Sadao and Hannah had talked everything over beforehand, they were perfectly happy. She laid her cheek against his arm. In this paragraph, we see when Hannah came out of the room, what did she do with Sadao? Sadao and Hannah loved each other, even after having two children, after many years of marriage. We all know that Sadao did love marriage with Hannah. Love marriages are never successful, but here we are watching that love marriage is successful. Sadao loved Hannah in America and he married Hannah in Japan because Hannah was also a Japanese. They had not married in a haste in America, rather they returned to Japan, sought permission from their parents and then got married in a traditional Japanese ceremony. My dear, both were obedient to their parents. Dr. Sadao didn't marry Hannah in America. When they returned to Japan, they consulted their parents, and when it was proved that Hannah was a Japanese, then marriage ceremony was held. They had discussed all the details before the wedding. They were happy with each other. Hannah rested her cheek against Sadao's arm with affection when Sadao was standing at his balcony. It was at this moment that both of them saw something black come out of the mists. It was a man. He was flung up out of the ocean, flung it seemed to his feet by a breaker. He staggered a few steps, his body outlined against the mist, his arms above his head. Then the curled mists hid him again. Here, just near the seashore, what did Dr. Sadao see? That moment they saw a figure appear out of the mist. It appeared black in color due to the mist in the air. The outline of a man's body was visible in the mist. He walked unsteadily with his arms above the head. It was an indication that he was a prisoner. The man walked a few steps and then disappeared in the mist. Means near the seashore, Dr. Sadao saw a man was lying there. That man was standing and falling, standing and falling. Dr. Sadao watched this scene from his balcony, from his house. Then Dr. Sadao asked. Dr. Sadao and Hannah discussed. Who is that? Hannah cried. She dropped Sadao's arm and they both leaned over the railing of the veranda. Now they saw him again. The man was on his hands and knees crawling. Then they saw him fall on his face and lie there. What did Dr. Sadao and Hannah see near the seashore? They saw a man was lying there. And when both of them saw a man was lying there, Hannah reacted by asking that, who was that? She took her arm out of Sadao's arm and both of them bent forward over the railing of the veranda to have a closer look at the man. They saw him again. He was crawling on his hands and knees. Then he fell on his face and kept on lying there. Probably he had fainted. They started discussing with each other. A fisherman perhaps, Sadao said, washed from his boat. He ran quickly the steps and behind Hannah came, her wide sleeves flying. A mile or two away on either side there were fishing villages, but here was only the bare and lonely coast, dangerous with rocks. The surf beyond the beach was spiked with rocks. Somehow the man had managed to come through them. He must be badly torn. They started discussing about that man. As the area had villages full of fishermen, Sadao said that probably it was a fisherman who had been washed off his boat. He ran to help him. Hannah followed him. The loose sleeves of her haroi flew as she ran. This part of the coast was not inhabited as it had dangerous rocks on it. As the rocks were pointed, the man could be badly injured, although he had managed to come through them. When both of them saw a man was lying there, at first they thought the man must be a fisherman. Dr. Sadao ran behind the man and Hannah also followed behind Dr. Sadao. Hannah was a very obedient wife and Dr. Sadao was a very obedient husband also. They saw when they came toward him that indeed it was so. The sand on one side of him had already a stain of red soaking through. When they went near the man, what did Dr. Sadao and Hannah saw? Dr. Sadao and Hannah saw the man. They realized that he was badly injured. The sand on which he lay had blood stains on one side, which indicated that he was wounded. After this, Dr. Sadao found that he is wounded. Sadao exclaimed. He made haste to the man who lay motionless, his face in the sand. An old cap stuck to his head, soaked with sea water. He was in wet rags of garments. Sadao stopped Hannah at his side and turned the man's head. They saw the face. A white man, Hannah whispered. And when they reached near the man, what did they find? Sadao said that the man was wounded. He approached the man who lay motionless with his face buried in the sand. An old cap hung on his head. It was soaked with the sea water. His dress was also wet and torn. Sadao turned the man's head. As they saw the face, Hannah spoke confidentially that he was a white man, that is an American. Yes, it was a white man. The wet cap fell away and there was his wet yellow hair, long as though for many weeks it had not been cut, and upon his young and tortured face was a rough yellow beard. He was unconscious and knew nothing that they did for him. Here we see the injured man was an American. As his cap fell off, they saw his wet yellow colored hair, which had not been cut for a long time. He was young. His face had such marks which indicated that he had been tortured. He had a rough, unkempt yellow colored beard. As he had fainted, he did not know of the presence of Sadao and Hannah. Now, write some words meaning here. Start writing. Heedlessly means carelessly. Beforehand means already. Flung up out, thrown out. Breaker means big wave. Staggered means walked unsteadily. Curled means circling. Dropped, put down. Leaned over, bent over. Railing, iron enclosures. Crawling, walking on knees. Washed from, flowed out from. Bare, empty. Surf, foam of sea waves. Spiked, pointed pieces. Managed, succeeded. Torn, pulled apart. Stain, a dirty mark on something which is difficult to remove. Soaking, absorbing. Haste, hurry. Motionless, still. Stuck, blocked. Rags, old and torn clothes. Whispered, spoke slowly in the ear. Tortured means given sufferings. Unconscious, lost consciousness. Expert, experienced and skilled. Now, this is the time for class work. Now write down some questions. Who was wearing haroi and the dress kimono? Second question. What is kimono? Third question. What did Dr. Sadao and Hannah see near the seashore? Fourth question. Who was that man who was lying near the seashore? Fifth question. That man belongs to which country? Now prepare this. Okay, very good. You all have prepared well. Now your homework. Read next paragraphs by yourselves. We shall discuss on next day. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.